All right, 30 seconds. 30 not on, not on, not on. Hello, testing. Hello, 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 hello. All right, we'll be starting in 30 seconds. Hello. 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 There we go. All right, let's go ahead and find our seats. How y'all doing tonight? Good. You guys have a good spring break? What was the best thing you did on spring break? Bought new shoes. That's good. Anyone else? Something funny did over spring break? In the sunshine. Yes, it's finally warm out. No more snow. That's like the best thing ever. Anyone else? One more thing. Something awesome they did over spring break. Yes. You played Fortnite. Oh, one more. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I've never been there. I'm super. Okay, one more. Seriously. You went to Florida. Oh, you lucky. I've only been to Florida once, so I do want to go back again. So we're very excited you're here. We have an awesome night planned for you tonight. We got an awesome activity, a message by Pastor Brant. Pastor Brant is back. Everyone cheer, yay! We missed him. He had a much-needed vacation, but he is back, and we're very happy to have him. So at this point, we're going to have Pastor Brant come on up, and he is going to introduce the game for tonight.
All right. Thanks, Zach, for filling in for me. Yes. I just want to say, first of all, it was a good break. It was more of a trip than a vacation because I took my whole family, so it wasn't really relaxing, but we had a great time. Yeah, and I want to say, just really quick, you guys have amazing youth leaders. Every single one of them stepped up in big ways, and I'm just super proud of them and love them. Tonight, you guys are going to be competing for a pretty unique prize. This is called the Bruiser. It's a jumbo jawbreaker sucker. Surgeon General's warning, please don't try to bite this, okay? You're not supposed to eat it. Yeah, that's the... You basically... Yeah, I would be willing to bet if all you ever did was lick this, you will still have it by the time you graduate high school. All right? All right, I would love for somebody to prove me wrong. But first, you have to win it tonight. And to win it tonight, we are playing a game called Spoon Assassins. All right, which is why you have your name tag. So, with that in mind, I'm going to invite Brett and or Lacey up here to explain it. Brett, just Brett. Okay, here we go. Lacey's doing Smile Squad, my girl.
Yes. Guys, I absolutely love this game. And I'm so hyped to be playing it with you. So we played this game earlier this year. And how many of you guys remember playing this the first time? Awesome. You guys are going to be helpers for people who have not played it before. So all of you guys are going to come up here and get a spoon at some point. I'm waiting for the names to come back. Okay. So, do you guys notice you all have a name tag on? Well, when you're given your name tag, a second name tag was put into a can back there. That can is coming up to me right now. I'm going to call you all up, and we're all going to get one name, and you're going to get a spoon. That spoon's going to go somewhere on your body. Now, that spoon must be visible and easily grabbable by other people, because what's going to happen is when I say go, you're going to open up the name that you have, and you're going to go find that person and try and take their spoon away from them before the person who has your name gets your spoon. That's why we have name tags, and ask for help. That's a really big thing. So, yes, but one really big thing is, please try not to hurt anybody and don't get hurt while we're doing this. Lacey, can you just come up here and help me? I'm trying to remember what other rules there are. Do you guys have any questions? Yes. Do you guys see how Brant is moving that thing right now? That is a boundary marker. You cannot go past that when you are running away or trying to catch anybody. The other thing is, make sure you guys are putting the spoon in an appropriate place. We don't want anything going very wrong here. When you take somebody's spoon, you also take the name of the person that they were trying to get, and now you're trying to get that person. Okay? Cool. Put the adventure strap on. Do you guys have any questions? Yes. You're trying to take, all right, you're going to get a name when you come up here. And you're going to have a spoon on your body. That person whose name you have, they're going to have a spoon on their body. You're trying to get their spoon, okay? Before whoever has your name gets your spoon.
Okay, so like if I came up, I would pick like.
Let's say Lacey has my name and I have my spoon, okay? So she's going to try and get the spoon from me. Get the spoon. Yeah. And then now I'm out.
And then he has to give you his person that he has, and then you have to try to go get their spoon.
Okay, I will help you. Coda, what's up? Okay, they'll figure it out. Any other questions? All right, if you're on this side of the room, come up here and get a name and a spoon. You guys just go wait a second. Spoons. Spoons. Spoon. If you have your own name, come back up and get a different name, please. Spoon. What? What'd you say? There's a bunch of these, but this is like for months. Spoon, Caleb. Spoon. 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 Don't eat the spoon. You gotta hide the spoon. Hide the spoon somewhere on your person that's not in your hands. I did a really bad job. Grown zone. I'm sorry, Maddie. I should really stop. It's kind of funny, though. Has everybody over here gotten their spoon in the name? Did you get a spoon? Okay. This side of the room, come up and get your spoon and a name. Yes, that is perfect. Okay. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to go around. All right, y'all. Everybody, hide your spoon. Can't be inside your hand. Quick reminder, don't push around chairs. Don't actually break anything. And with that, go.
Something, here goes nothing.
When you're out, go back and sit in your seats. Yes, take their spoons with you. Okay, when you're out, thank you.
Watch me hit the cray button.
Okay, that's kind of a really problem to find that.
Put your vibes in the sky.
When you guys are out, go and sit down.
Chin up in the air, 'cause you don't care. Cray bands on, rock your cranium. 3, 2, 1, detonation. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button.
Why?
I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I'ma do it.
Wait, hold on, let me do my thing. Hit the crate button, I was like you rang. Came in the party with a couple of frames. Had a 116, every sort of shame. Everybody get cray like me. I'm so cray, it's on my ID. Everybody serious looking for deep material. Chillin', turn up the stereo and dance like me. Please don't wreck the party. Can't have fun cause the week was hard. Go nuts, turn up this same. You ain't seen nothing, we about to go cray. If it gets wild, I'ma jump in the crowd and show the whole front row that I know how to fly. You think we on 10? Boy, you ain't seen nothing. 3, 2, 1, crate button.
Get your back off the wall. Get your back off the wall. Get your back off the wall.
Get your back off the wall.
Get your back off the wall.
Get your back off the wall. This revolution starts when you're moving. Don't wanna step to me unless you plan on losing. Not here to brag, not here for thrills. I'm here to
fear, no mercy, no love, no hurt. You can't hurt me, you can't hurt me, you can't stop me, you can't drop me, you can't block me. This is the tech jam. You can't break me, you can't shake me, don't make me. This is the tech jam. You can't stop me, you can't drop me, you can't block me. This is the tech jam. You can't break me, you can't shake me, don't make me. Sweep the leg.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and limit the boundaries. You cannot go past these wooden tables. You have to stay between the stage and those wooden tables. So everybody over by the pool table's got to come on up now. Everybody over by the pool table, come on up. We can't go past these wooden tables and can't go past the stage. Oh, nice job, Coda. Coda, now you gotta grab his name.
High check, the defense mechanism. Flame kick, I'm a lethal like I said, Jojo.
We're going for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Just over a minute left before round 2. Just over a minute left. Alrighty, 20 seconds. Okay, who is still standing? Raise your hand. If you're still in the game. Okay, if you're still, he just got you out, right? Okay. Did you get out though? Gotcha. Well, before we move into that, did you get out? Did you get out? You got him? Okay. Okay, alrighty. If you're still in and no one got you out yet, come on up, and Eli's included in this. Get your prize. I want to see if you can only lick this. I want to see how long this lasts.
Oh, okay, this will last.
Will this last you till your high school graduation? Now, hang on to the name tags for a second. Hang on to the name tags for a second.
I couldn't get Jamie the whole time.
Yeah, you got a good run in. Okay. Alrighty. Shh. All right. So now, all of the name tags. Did anybody throw any name tag away? Please tell me no. Because we're gonna play again, and we need all those name tags again. Alrighty. So let's do this. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna bring up. Are these the name tags that are not playing? Or are these playing? Lacey. Okay, never mind. Go ahead and bring your name tags up. Not the one on you, but bring the name tag up. There we go. Put it in there. Wonderful. Good job, everybody. Yep. If you do not have a spoon, make sure you get a spoon. Alrighty? If you do not have a spoon, make sure you come get a spoon.
Are there any other name tags out there? Can y'all check around your feet and make sure there's no name tags that were accidentally dropped on the floor? Okay. I will figure that out in a second.
Who's that one? That's Zach's.
Okay.
This is going to be a 5-minute speed round.
Got it. Cool. You're going to need to have a spoon. All right. Does everybody have a spoon? Yes. What's up, Hadley? Cool. Does everybody have a spoon? If you don't have a spoon, come up here and get a spoon. All right, now we're going to do name tags. This side of the room first this time. Quick mention to you guys, though. The spoon needs to be somewhere that is visible and not in your hand. Nobody's listening to me right now. Yes. We're going to do a second round of 5-minute speed round, so you got to go extra fast. Lacey, you take this. I'm looking out to try and see. There's, you give it back to me. You get Cody. If you guys get Jeremiah, tell me.
Please tell me I get myself so I automatically win. So I want that jawbreaker.
You get me. Tell me.
So in 40 years I can monologue.
You'll know
I
very
still
fast.
have an 8 in it.
I almost fell.
I thought you were
Oh, wait,
doing this move.
there's 2 Jeremiahs. So I'm taking it. Jeremiah, we got your name tag thing figured out.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Oh, no.
it's because he doesn't have a
There's
name
only 1
tag.
year's in now.
He doesn't
Figure it
have
out.
a name tag
You can
on.
just ask who he is. Hey, Jeremiah.
That's because he took his off and put it in there.
Okay, why would you give this to me?
Because it's crazy. And
I don't know.
You're awesome.
Annabelle. Jamie
The problem is somebody has your name. The problem is when they take your thing note, they're gonna want a name.
Did we run out of names?
Yeah. Okay. Can you say that real quickly? If you didn't get a name. Who didn't get a name?
Who doesn't have a name? Hello! Earth to that side. Does everyone on this side have a name? Okay. Okay, so if you don't have a name right now, just go for anyone. Okay.
All right. Say go.
Go!
Ready, set, go.
Vroom. Vroom.
Why, thank you. Okay.
Vroom.
I don't have a name.
Okay, put me in your earbuds, me and Dirty use your cerebellum like a kick drum. Give me a scalpel, I'm a brain surgeon this time. In other words, I'm about to open up your mind. Right in the world, I say amen to that. 'Cause every time I hit a track, I put fire on wax. Hey, you looking kinda hungry, I can help you with that. Boy, my flow, Euros, me in these raps. Hey, you look at me, think that I made it. I look up and say it's God's grace, and we come from places where you see faces, no barbershop, somehow they faded. Why need to worry about what you thinking? We ain't supposed to be in these spaces. Drop the confetti, we celebrate. 3, 2, 1, everybody go crazy. Wait, I'ma come on brothers in the A. I'ma come on brothers in the H. Tampa Bay, NYC, California, A, MIA. Or Dallas, Orlando, St. Louis. My people is with me. Tennessee, my home. It don't matter what city I tell them.
Ready, set,
Try to do us wrong, but they come up short as photo. Turn my music on, have them bouncing like pogo, but it's always one hater out there looking like Bozo. You know when I get on this microphone, I say Jesus the way when I spit a poem, I go gorilla form in my riddle form. It's at the church or a bigger form. Believe when I talk about God, it's nothing like corn on the cob or Wizard of Oz. It's better than most of the killing and pimping, and most of you say we just spit in your bars. Instead of Christian rapper, you should call me trail rapper. I'm that boy that's putting on for the veil rapper. I'm that put me in a circle of some ill rappers, and now I brag about God didn't kill rappers. Whoops. Back to the subject. You ain't heard Mayweather beating on your subs yet. Whooping on this beat, boy, and I ain't got no gloves yet. We having fun yet.
Ready, set, go, go, go.
What's this in the fast lane? Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. What's this in the fast lane? Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. And now brag about God. Put me in your earbuds. I'ma brag about God. Earbuds. I'ma God to open up your mind.
There's 1 minute left in the round, guys. Who's gonna win it? You can just go to the right now. What? You're giving me the first to kill me. Oh, then just put it back in there. Is that timeout? Alrighty, that's the game. Cool. If you are still alive, raise your hand to come here. That is up for Brant to decide. Brant is the game master. Here you go, Brant.
Okay, here we go. What's up? Okay. Hey, everybody. Shh. Can I get a, oh, yeah, if you're paying attention. Can I get a, oh. All right, if you can hear me, go ahead and snap a couple times. Make it rain. All right. Dudes in the back. Shh. Don't try to fit it in your mouth. Just lick it. Here we go. So, a couple things, guys. We're going to take a 5-minute break, let you guys cool down, get some water. There's a drinking fountain back there. There's bathrooms back there. Feel free to go to the bathroom, get a drink. In 5 minutes, we're going to get started with worship. And so between now and then, go ahead and just take a bathroom break. If you have trash, go ahead and throw the trash away. Grab your Bibles, get a piece of note paper, a pen, and we're going to worship in like 5 minutes.
Alrighty, if you guys want to stand up and come forward, you can. You are more than welcome to do that. But we're just going to get right into worship. Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest, and without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness, oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness, oh God, how I need you. So teach my soul to rise to you. When temptation comes my way, when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. So teach my song to rise to you. When temptation comes my way, and when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. And when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My
I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again into your family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. To fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God.
All right. Dear Daddy, Heavenly Father, we just praise you, and we are all here, and we bow down before you. We love you, Lord, and I ask that you would prepare all of our hearts to hear this message that is about to come, and that we would take this message that we hear and keep it in our minds and just ponder it throughout our week. And may we just glorify you in all that we do. And in your name, amen.
All right. Joel, can you get that buzzing off? I think that's one of the inputs there. Thank you so much. Our tech guys are awesome. You all look like you have white lipstick on. I'm just saying. Like, it's great. It's great. That's amazing. I hope you notice this. We put white paper out there for all of you guys. If you want to take notes, that's a great way to be able to take notes. Because I really believe that if we interact with what God is saying to us in His Word, the Bible, we actually have a way of hanging on to it a little bit better. Even if you don't bring your notes home with you, like we have a treasure trove of notes that people have left, and I just keep them. It's really cool. But even if you don't bring them home with you, just the act of writing it down has a way of like helping you remember what God was saying to you. Okay? Can we all at least try to write a little bit of notes tonight? You guys with me here? Awesome. Okay, so I don't know if you guys notice this, but like just seeing name tags automatically gives you the optimism that you can remember more people's names. Do you guys ever feel that way? When you see someone's name tag, y'all have name tags on, and you're like, you know what, I actually think I might have a chance of, and maybe it's just me being an extroverted person, but anytime I see somebody with a name tag, I automatically want to talk to them because there's just something about them that just seems more open when I know their name. See? They have name tags. The people at Subway. You like talking to the people at Subway. Now, I will say that is the thing that my wife hates about coffee shops, and the thing that I love about coffee shops is talking to the barista. Anybody love talking to the barista? Okay, we've got a few of you guys with me. All right. But it kind of stings. Speaking of coffee shops, it kind of stings when someone doesn't get your name right. You guys ever been to Starbucks and they gave you like the wrong, like it's close to your name, so you knew it was supposed to be for you, but like it was totally wrong? What's one of the names that they got wrong for you? Yeah. They hear you say Annabelle and they write animal.
No, my teacher also spelled my name wrong.
Okay, what about you? They said Sahara instead of Sierra. Okay, what about you? Isaiah. You know, that's actually pretty awesome. One more, right here. What? Lakota? Wow, instead of Lakota, it's Lakota. Well, I obviously, you can probably imagine this, just like Lakota. My name gets said wrong all the time, and I don't even notice it most of the time, but when I do, there's a feeling of like, So my name is Brant. It's spelled B-R-A-N-T. So first of all, it's not even the normal way to spell Brant. Most people spell Brant B-R-A-N-D-T, which is weird. It seems extra effort to me, but it's the common way to spell it. Anyways, but I get called all kinds of names, like Brant, Brett, Brian, Brendan, Brady, Ben, Brad, Brett, Grant. I get all of those. And it's not as bad. I will say this, right? It's not quite as bad when like someone you don't know spells your name wrong and you're like, you know what? I get it. Whatever. Sure. It's not quite as bad when someone you don't really know that well or you just like a random acquaintance, they say your name wrong and you're like, you know what? It's okay. It's fine. But it kind of feels a little different when it's like someone you really, really know, like a good friend or a coach or a teacher or yeah, your mom or somebody that you're like hoping to like maybe strike up a romance with, and they get your name wrong and it's a mood killer. I'll never forget this. So I was in college and I was a goalkeeper on my college soccer team, and I had worked from being the absolute worst player on the team to most improved player on the team, and I gained a starting spot, right? So I'm finally making my way onto the team sheet every single week, right? So they're writing in, and at the goalkeeper, they're writing, number 1, Brant Cole, and the first time it ever happened, and it was like, this happened for probably 6 months before I developed the courage to say something. My coach, who I had worked my butt off for like 2 long years up until that point, right? I had so many meetings, so many trips. Like we had gone and I felt like I worked a part-time job for him. Like he was my boss. Like I was just like I was with him a lot, right? And for about 6 months in that season where I was finally on the team sheet, my name would show up, Brandon Cole. I was like, Coach, this kills me. Like you literally grabbed my name from the student record and you said, nah, that's probably wrong. I'm gonna put Brandon instead. And it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, whatever. But like I was just hoping that like I mattered to him. Anyway, so that was for me. I get my name mispronounced all the time, and most of the time, when somebody's been saying my name wrong, I don't even notice it. Like when you say Brant or Brent to me, those sound the same when you say them in a normal conversation. Or when you say Brant or Grant to me, Those sound the same in a normal conversation, or Brant and Brad. But I notice it when it's somebody I'm close to. And you want to think about that. This matters. This stings a little bit more when it's someone you're close, because they're supposed to know me, right? They're supposed to know you. You're supposed to be a little bit closer. They're the game-changing, important relationships in your life. They're the people that you listen to, the people that you lean on, the people that you trust when you're in need. They're people you want to know your name. Why? Because it's personal. And the reality is we all want somebody to know our name. We all want somebody to care a little bit about what our identity is, to recognize us when they hear our name or when they see our handwriting, which, by the way, that's my handwriting. I turned into a font. Kind of fun. They want, yeah, for real. You want somebody to notice you because it's personal. Right? Yeah. And we all want someone to feel like they know us in a real way. We want people to feel like, man, around them I'm seen. Around them I'm noticed. Hey guys, if we could just do one person going to the bathroom or the water fountain at any given time, that'd be fantastic. That'd be wonderful. Love you guys. Right, but we want somebody where we have a relationship with them and it feels like it's personal. Like it feels like we're close to them. And I think a lot of times, here's what happens. We spend so much energy and worry trying to get that from other people, trying to change ourselves in such a way that other people finally want to have a personal, close relationship with us. Whether it's we wanting a best friend forever, right, or someone who just knows something about us, or somebody who, man, we'll just do something absolutely goofy just so somebody notices us, and eventually there's the hope that this personal relationship develops. We want somebody who cares about us and values us, and even when we wander away, they want to stay close. We all want that. We want a relationship that's personal. And the reality is you already have that. I'm going to say something cheesy, and it's not, but it sounds cheesy because it gets used a lot, and I think a lot of times it loses the power of its meaning. You have somebody who wants a personal relationship with you, and his name is Jesus. Now, obviously, you're like, duh, I'm at church. You had to say that. You're a pastor. You get paid to say that. And I get that, but I'm not just saying it because we're here at church. I'm saying it because it's the thing that your soul craves that nothing else can fill. It's the thing that you are actually, whether consciously or subconsciously, trying to get on a regular basis at school, even here at youth group, in any sphere of your life. You're actually trying to get this, and it's already available for you. Jesus knows each and every single one of us by name. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. Not because he just knows everything and therefore by extension he knows your name, but because he actually wants to know you as a person, and knowing your name matters to him. Now, here's the thing. This is actually a little bit challenging to believe at times. So like you'll be like, yeah, I hear that, I agree with it maybe on an intellectual level, but I don't really feel it at times. And here's why. Because for many of us, Jesus doesn't actually seem that personal. Jesus sounds like either a cuss word or he sounds like the churchiest thing you can say, just slap something on there, like Jesus music, Jesus dancing, Jesus church, Jesus this, Jesus that, whatever. Is it leave room for Jesus, and it just sounds like this thing that's slapped on to make something a little bit more religious. And you're like, but he doesn't sound like doesn't sound like that's somebody who wants to know me personally. I think at times we think that, and maybe it's not that it's just too cliche to feel personal. Maybe you're like, wait, I've read the Bible. The Bible says that he's God. How can this God of the Bible care enough to notice me? That doesn't seem to make, I don't matter that much. Frankly, I don't even have that many followers on Instagram and YouTube. If regular humans don't want to notice me, how much less does God want to notice me? Jesus doesn't seem personal to me. And maybe you'd never verbalized that before, but you feel like that. You're like, I'm not that noticeable, so why would God notice me? He's huge. He's the creator of everything. He wouldn't want to notice me personally. Or maybe you feel that way because he doesn't feel like he's there. I'll be the first to admit, I've felt that way before. That those emotions are very real emotions that this pastor experiences. Like, God, are you there? Like I don't feel like God's there all the time. You can't hear him, or you can't sense him, or maybe it doesn't feel like he's talking back to you when you pray. And so how can he know you so personally if you've never heard from him before? So maybe that's the reason maybe you don't feel like that is an important statement. Maybe you feel like he's impersonal because you just don't know much about him. Like, you're not sure if you believe in him or not. You're not sure what you really think about him. You're like, I came here, but somebody brought me here. Or like, I've read the Bible, but I don't know. Like, I'm beginning to get to a point in my life where I'm starting to make these decisions for myself, and instead of just grabbing onto what mom and dad have always told me. And I still have so many questions. I'm not so sure right now. And that sure doesn't make God feel all personal to you, especially Jesus. Maybe for you, that's a scary thought. God knowing you personally through Jesus, because you're like, okay, he knows everything about me. Like, there are certain things about me that I don't tell to the closest person that I know. Like, I don't want anybody knowing that about me. And if he knows that about me, why on earth would he want to get closer? That's a terrible thing about me. Why would God want to know me personally if he knows all of that stuff? If he knows the real you, all the mistakes you've made, the thoughts you think, those are things you don't want anyone else to know. So there's a variety, there's a range of how you are experiencing this. When I say to you, Jesus wants to know you personally, there's a very large, broad range of how you might hear that, and I recognize that. So what I want to do first, before I go on, is say that that's totally okay. Like, God's not actually freaked out by that. He's not intimidated by how you feel about him. That's not actually scaring him away, right? And this is true because you matter to him. He knows your name because for God it's personal. He knows you and he wants to know you, right? I want to show you what I mean, okay? So we're going to take a look at an encounter that Jesus himself, God who became flesh, Jesus had with this guy who was very bad person, very lousy, very despicable man, okay? He had a lot of flaws. He was terribly flawed. And Jesus has this encounter with a guy named Zacchaeus. Did any of you know that that's how you spell Zacchaeus? There's an A in Zacchaeus. Like, what? Yeah, right? Like, there's so many confusing things about this guy's name, least of which it's Zacchaeus, right? He probably always stood last in line when it came to, school lineups and stuff like that. But the story of Zacchaeus is found in Luke chapter 19. So if you have a Bible, awesome. I'll go to Luke chapter 19. If you don't, you can find it on the Bible app, or we could give you a Bible. We have extra Bibles that we would love to loan you, or you can keep it if you want. But what I want to do is I want to set the scene, okay? So Jesus is walking into a city called Jericho. Jericho is a very big city at this time. Okay, Jesus walking into this, for its time, a very large city, and word about Jesus had already begun to spread. He was becoming famous, okay? People knew what to expect generally when Jesus showed up to a city. So Jesus is walking in to this city. He had done a lot of miracles. He had healed the sick. He had taught a lot of amazing things. And even at this point, he had already raised somebody from the dead. That's not something that stays local news, right? Like if there was somebody at all on planet Earth who was raised from the dead, you would at least see it on some YouTube channel. You would at least see it somehow. Raising people from the dead just doesn't happen. And so when it does happen, word about it spreads. And so he had become very well known at this time. And so Jesus, big deal, he's walking through this crowd, and somebody catches his eye. somebody catches his eye as he's walking through the crowd, and this guy's name was Zacchaeus. Okay? Now, Zacchaeus had a little bit different of a reputation than Jesus. Check it out. Luke chapter 19, verse 1. Jesus entered Jericho, was passing through, verse 2. And a man was there by the name of Zacchaeus, and he was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. Now, that doesn't sound bad. You're like, that sounds awesome. Other than the fact that tax collectors were like really, really bad guys in this day and age. Because here's what would happen, okay? You had the Roman Empire came in, conquered this entire country called Israel, and there was a lot of things that the Roman Empire would do to keep Israel under its thumb, one of which was take taxes away from them, right? And if they started to rebel, they raised the tax, or they came in with their army and they would squish them and then raise the tax, right? So you didn't want to really like mess up. You wanted to pay your taxes. You wanted to make sure that you were obedient. But what would happen is Rome set up tax collectors who were Jews. Like, to add insult to injury, they took their own people and said, we're going to make your people take your money and give it to us. Now, here's where the twist comes. They would set up like armed guards who could kill you right next to these tax collectors. So these guys, check with me, could charge whatever they wanted. And they did. So let's just say, for example, Rome charged you, 20% of anything that you bought. Anytime you walked in and walked out, you declared, your receipt of commerce, and you had to pay taxes on that kind of stuff. And let's say Rome was charging 20%. The tax collector would say, Rome is charging 30%. And they would pocket 10 and give 20 to Rome, and Rome would be none the wiser. You tracking with me so far? They were stealing, and no one could do anything about it because it was enforced by these guards. So not only were these people like seen as despicable, like sellouts to this pagan country, but now on top of that, they were stealing additional money just to pad their pockets. So when you said tax collector, this is what would happen. People would do that because they hated tax collectors, because they were like people from my own country who are selling out to this pagan country who is oppressing us. Okay? Zacchaeus was a tax collector. Tracking with me? Not only that, he's a really short guy. Okay? And I just imagine this is, not all short people that I know are like this, but I know some small-minded people, whether they're big or small. Zacchaeus, his whole life, his name starts with a Z. He stands in the back of the line. He's a little bit short. Like, this guy has a tall person complex, okay? This guy thinks he's bigger than he is because he gets to charge whatever he wants at penalty of the law. Okay. Zacchaeus hears Jesus is coming in town. Very curious. I'm an important person. He's an important person. I'd love to see him, right? So here's what happens. One day, he hears Jesus is coming in town. There's a crowd. He's like, I bet that's Jesus, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. And so Zacchaeus goes over to a tree that's right next to the field, or the road where Jesus is walking by. Verse 5, and when Jesus reached that spot, he looked up to Zacchaeus in the tree, and he said, hey, Zacchaeus, come down immediately because I got to stay at your house today. Right? Now think about this. Out of this huge crowd of people, I don't know, what's the biggest crowd you've ever been in? Like maybe some music festival, or maybe like a sports game, right? And whatever it is, Jesus is the center of all of it. And he stops, and on the edge of the crowd, up in this tree, he sees a tiny little dude. And he says, you! He doesn't just gesture to him. Notice this. He says, Zacchaeus. He sees him from across the way, and he instantly knows his name. Right? This is significant. Jesus doesn't just say his name because Zacchaeus is wearing a name tag. Jesus doesn't just say his name because for some reason he's the most famous person in Jericho. No. Jesus says his name because he indicates that he cares about this person. For Jesus, it's personal. Right? And so he calls his name, and I just got to imagine, Zacchaeus already knows that his name has a bad rap. Right? His name has, let me just say it this way. When you said Zacchaeus, everybody had an opinion about it, regardless of what the opinion was. For example, if I said Lil Nas X, all of you just looked up, right? Like, all of you have an opinion. Okay, I'm not going one way or the other with that. All I'm saying is, when people said Zacchaeus, everybody had an opinion. They were like, wait, what? Like, they had an opinion. And so Jesus says, Zacchaeus, come down. I'm going to go to your house today. Right? Not a popular guy, not a noticeable guy. He's obscure. He's small. Not a liked guy. And Jesus says, I want something personal. I want to know you. So Zacchaeus gets down. And what Jesus did in that moment was he communicated that hey, I see something in you, Zacchaeus, that nobody else sees. I see something in you that nobody else wants, but I do. I see something in you, Zacchaeus, that nobody else values or loves, but I do. For me, it's personal. And what's cool is this is actually how Jesus sees each and every one of you. He not only knows your name, but he calls it out. He uses your name. He sees you for who you are. And he values you. Jesus calls you by name, and in so doing, he's inviting you into something personal with him. He's inviting you into life that is a personal relationship with him. And when we accept that invitation, our relationship with Jesus becomes real. It becomes personal. Personal began for Zacchaeus when Jesus knew his name. And the same is true for you. It's personal because Jesus knows your name. He knows you, and he desires to and values you. So what does this mean for you? What does this mean? How does this change the way you view yourself, or even Jesus or other people? You know, for some of you, it might actually be just this, that for you, I need to take the next step toward knowing more about Jesus. Like, get this. Zacchaeus was not on a path to receive God's salvation. Zacchaeus was not on a path of righteousness. In other words, of being in right relationship with God, right? But what did Zacchaeus do when he heard Jesus was coming to town? Yeah. Now, I'm not saying you need to go find a literal tree so you can get closer to God who's in the sky or something. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, just like Zacchaeus, maybe for you, the thing that will be life-changing is taking your first step towards Jesus. Because in so doing, Jesus goes, I see you. I see you coming to me. I see you taking that movement towards me, that step towards me, and I value you, and I want a personal relationship with you. Others of you know Jesus in a personal way. You already have stepped into a relationship with him, and you know the value of being close to a personal God who knows your name. And here's the thing, because of what Jesus did for you, now it's time for you to do the same to others. See, Jesus doesn't just invite us into a personal relationship with him, and that's where it ends. No. He invites us to know names alongside him, so to speak. Right? Check out the command he gives his followers. I love this. This is Matthew chapter 22. You don't have to turn there. I'm going to have it on the screen. But Jesus says, the first and greatest commandment, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. That's the first and greatest commandment. Here's the second. of the entire Bible. This is the second greatest commandment. Love your neighbor as yourself. So in this passage, Jesus tells us first to love him and second to love other people. This is why, for me, knowing your name is so important. Right? Even if it's your first or second time, it matters to me that I know your name because you matter to me. Because for me, I want to communicate to you that you're loved, no matter who you are. At least by this one person. And so every single year when I speak at camp, I always make a point. It sounds crazy, but to learn every single camper's name, the entire camp. That's right. So like by the end of the week that I'm going around and like 60, 80, 100 different students, I'm like, I know every single one of their names. Why does that matter to me? Because they matter to me. Because it's personal. I do my very best, every single student who comes to Rock the Block, to know all of their names. Okay? I will say maybe 20 of them I don't know. I know. And I apologize to the 20. But Annabelle, Sierra, and Carly, you are not one of them. Right? What? I know 2 of your social media names and your real name. Baby Yoda Fan 2, Opvex, Isaiah. Yeah. It was. You just said it. Yeah, yep, see? Anyways, case in point. So here's the thing. God invites us not just to know him personally, but then to share that love with other people so as we know them personally. Like when we know somebody's name and we use it to talk to or about them, like it gives that sense of value, that sense of purpose and relationship. And so it's personal. Like I want to communicate to you that it's personal because Jesus knows your name. And if that matters, then I'm going to do my best to know your name as well. Even if you have the exact same name within the same household, right, Cody? we got 2 Cody Bradleys in our family here. That's amazing. I love it. But here's the thing. The reason that we're talking about this stuff, and frankly, we're going to be talking about this stuff for the next month, is because we really believe that it has the potential to not only change your life, but to change your community, to change your relationships. That personal relationship with Jesus, we want that for every single one of you. We want this place to be a place where you are known and you are valued and you are seen and you are loved. Not only for the sake of you feeling good, which we want, but also for the sake of you not only receiving that and believing that about yourself, but then sharing that with somebody else. Like, I wonder what this life would be like, that this world would be like if Jesus people loved other people like Jesus did, huh? Right? Like, how cool would it be if instead of this reputation of being small-minded and bigoted, Christians, Jesus people, had a reputation of being extremely loving because we cared about people? I think that starts with each and every one of us. I think that starts in here. What if we treated other people the way God treated us? That's why I know your name, because it's personal. And so if you don't get anything else, I want you to know this, that it's personal because Jesus himself, Jesus knows your name. All right? We're going to head to our small groups here. And if you have no idea what a small group is, it's just a group of people who are a little bit more like you. They're a little bit less of a big group setting and more of just like a more close-knit, intimate setting where you could be goofy, you're going to have fun, or if you feel like it, you can get a little bit more personal about some things that you're processing. And your small group leaders would love to chat with you. But as we head to small groups, I want to ask you this. Just think about this as we're going there. Just ponder this question. How does it make you feel when somebody knows your name? How does it make you feel when somebody knows your name? Hey guys, let's pray, and then we're going to go off to our small groups. Would you bow your heads and pray with me? Jesus, thank you so much for knowing us personally and loving us and caring about us and showing us the value that we are to you. God, I pray that you'd help us not only to receive that and to believe that and accept that, but also to share that with others. God, help us to be people who communicate that value to others as well. Help us to make it personal as we really intend and be intentional about caring for other people and showing them love and value as well.